look, we've hardly used any oil. We've only used oil to actually grease the tray. How cool is that? Hi, this is Chef Vicky Ratnani and welcome back to my kitchen. Today is going to be a fantastic recipes, especially with the month of Ramadan going on. This is one of those explosive starters which you're going to love. Everybody loves pakoras. How about doing some really cool pakoras, but for a change, let's do them in the air fryer. The principle of the air fryer is very simple. It's almost like an oven. Okay, so you have garam hawa, rotary fan, hot air, time, temperature, boom, cooking is done. The only best part is that you use maybe 1/20th of the oil what you would actually use normally in life. Okay, now we're going to do a really nice, beautiful, simple recipe. So I've got with me here one large chicken breast. I would say about 250 to 300 grams. आजकल बड़े breasts मिल रहे हैं. And then what you do to this is I chop it up. Okay, literally मैं उसको chop करता हूँ, so you get this really nice kind of a texture. So ये कीमा नहीं है, लेकिन pieces नहीं है. So it's just like that in between kind of scene happening here. Really amazing. Now the twist to this is actually the kimchi. Now kimchi, if you go to see, kimchi is it's a way of life in Korea. Okay. You go to a popular Chinese, Asian restaurant, they serve you this. So this is fermented cabbage, carrots, spring onions, garlic, ginger, chilies, and then the whole beautiful nature takes over. So it's got this very funky, very nice, mildly spicy. You get spicy kimchi as well. So I added kimchi inside the pakora, and it turned out to be a really good combination. And I said, you know what, why don't I really share this recipe with you? And this is one of the best times to make this. This is also a very good chicken pakora recipe on its own. Now with the kimchi, it's just going to take it to another level. So let's get a little creative. Let's think out of the box and let's cook. So we're going to be chopping up a small onion into the pakora mix. Some finely chopped onions in here. Beautiful. Now the onions are going to give some mega flavor to this. So very finely chopped. Nice. Now I also have with me here one medium chili. हम उसमें डाल देते हैं. Going to be adding just very little bit of garlic in this. Okay, literally half a teaspoon of ginger in this. Beautiful. And then we have this kimchi which I'm going to add in. Firstly, थोड़ा सा हल्का सा नमक डाल देते हैं हम इसमें. I'm going to add a pinch of haldi. I'm going to add a little bit of red chili powder. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of our GMP garam masala powder. Okay. To this, I'm going to crack an egg into this. Eggs gives nice moisture. It adds, of course, to the protein content, but it keeps the pakoras really moist. You don't want them to dry them out. Okay. Now with the kimchi, that's all I have to mix. So in the meanwhile, let's get this together. Mix this all together. Now kimchi on its own has a decent amount of salt in it. So you've got to be a little careful when you add it. It is salty, it's sour, it's spicy, and it's funky. So we have our basic mixture ready. To this I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt, and I have some coriander which we are going to be adding. The mint here is for a quick mint chutney which I want to make for you. Nice and fresh element to our pakora. Beautiful. So we have a nice almost like 2 teaspoons of coriander as well in this. Next we have our kimchi. So I'm going to squeeze the liquid from our kimchi and I'm going to be adding it into our pakoras. Okay, and the liquid can be used, don't worry. I'm going to be adding this kimchi liquid into my mint, so I'm going to add all the kimchi ka pani into my chutney actually. Okay, so perfect. So this is the next level of flavor here. So we've got this together. Now obviously you're going to need a little binding to this. Okay, the egg is already there, the protein of the chicken we already have. I'm just going to be adding about a teaspoon or something of okay. Now the kimchi mixture and other seasonings have been added into our pakora. Now what we need is just a little bit of binding. Okay, so I've got about a tablespoon of cornflour in this, which will be just right to do our trick. And then we form them into little pakoras, and I've got a little tray here. I've got a nice tray over here in which I'm going to be placing the pakoras and air frying them for you. So we're not using any oil currently. I'm going to just drizzle a little oil over it. Okay, and that's all we need. So see, you can see it's coming together. I'm going to let it rest for 5 or 7 minutes till it gets a little settled in, and then scoop this out onto our sheet. So I'm going to be adding thoda sa halka sa few drops of oil, okay, just to grease our tray here. And I have a little bit of oil in my hand. I'm going to just put these together and do our pakoras just like this. And I would give it about 15 minutes to 20 minutes cooking time. Okay, and this is at 180 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes. Beautiful, हमारे पकौड़े तैयार हो जाएंगे. And don't expect these to be like how you fry these or pan fry these in a kadai or in oil. Okay, these are in the air fryer, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, but the healthy part of it is the best part of it. So I've got 6 pakoras here for my first batch, and we should be rocking. So I'm just going to take this out. It's a little hot, so I have to be a little careful. I've managed to get a nice tray, which I'm going to be putting this right here. I can also, there's another method where you can put grease-proof paper. Now you get these non-stick skid mats which you can put inside, but I prefer doing it in this tray. Okay, and then back in, and exactly I have about 18 minutes to go. So milte hai soon. In the meanwhile, why don't we just blend a very quick chutney? So we have our mint leaves here along with our stems. So just a few mint leaves here. Perfect. A bit of coriander. And then we add a little bit of ginger in this. We add a little bit of garlic in this. We add half a chili inside here. A little bit of salt. थोड़ा सा जीरा का पाउडर. That's it. हल्का सा पानी डालेंगे हम इसमें. हल्का सा पानी डालेंगे इसमें. परफेक्ट. एंड हमारी ग्रीन चटनी भी तैयार हो जाएगी. Beautiful fresh chutney here going on. Perfecto. Nice. Chutney is done. I'm going to reserve it in the fridge until our pakoras are ready. We have some lovely mint. Now let's check out on our pakoras. Oh yes, look at that. Absolute beauties. Okay, so we have to be a little careful when I take these out. A little tricky, but yes, does the trick. So we've got our lovely air fryer pakoras ready. I mean, believe me, they taste equally good. It's all about the flavor, you know. And look, we've hardly used any oil. We've only used oil to actually grease the tray. How cool is that? So let's scrape these little pakoris from there. So just relieve them from the bottom. Beautifully cooked, really nice, zero oil, and you can eat as much as you want, isn't it? So while they are hot, beautiful. We have our lovely onions going on the side with this. Beautiful. हमारी चटनी नहीं भूल जानी चाहिए. Now our green chutney is here, and why don't we add a little bit of kick, a little bit of funk into our chutney? As I had mentioned before, that the kimchi, थोड़ी kimchi का juice जो है, okay? Add a little bit of kimchi juice on your chutney. And we are rocking! Kimchi pakora, mint chutney, boom, ready. I hope you liked it. I hope you do share, do subscribe, eat it, and wishing you a very happy Ramadan.